How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 19 Survival Series. So, it is actually 2 days later since the previous episode, and the reason is yesterday was a miserable day. It was raining literally the entire day, from morning to night. So, yeah, that was a dead loss. There was no farm work going to go on anytime soon there. So, yeah, that was kind of a day gone, but not a day wasted, because what I did is you'll notice here that the the spreader is nice and clean, so I washed that all up. The little Massey has got its original tires back, which is great to see. Over here, you'll see the Ford has narrow tires on now. And if we hop into it, it also has GPS now, which is great. And also the Mercedes has got its proper tires back, the wide tires back on. And also that is filled with some chicken feed because I cleaned up. So I've taken care of the chickens. They are doing well. I can actually go give them some more food because that was all done yesterday. And also they produced a load of eggs. So yeah, that's all good. I actually want to check if they produce more eggs. They probably did. Because I also did notice... Oh, yeah, there's 3 boxes. I'll leave that for now. Because I also did notice the last time we checked the chickens, we had 16. Now we have 33, as you can see there. So, yeah, the chickens have been busy. Oh, they've made a mess again. Come on, chickens. Okay, let's take care of that real quick. While we're at it. Because I want to get rid of some of these seeds as well. That's in here. I decided I'm going to keep the bucket on here for now. I can obviously change it whenever I need to, but I think the bucket is sort of what I'm going to use most on this machine from now on, because I used to use this a lot for pallets and things like that, but since we've got the storage now, we're probably not going to use that as much. So until we get sheep, we probably won't be doing much with pallets anyway. The Ford, I put in the row crop sort of narrow tires, because that's going to take over some of sort of the fertilizing work and all of that good stuff. Oh, wow, okay, that actually took quite a bit. Oh no, I just dumped it all on the ground. Good stuff. Why did it do that? That was a bit weird. Oh, chickens can't eat that much overnight. Yeah, the Ford is gonna do a lot of the work that the Massey did, which was really only... I want to take it now. Okay, no, they're full up. Okay, good. Which was really only fertilizing. So yeah, the Ford will do that now because it's more suited to that job anyway. And also, like I said, it has GPS now, which more efficient, less product usage. Okay, that looks better, that bucket. And yeah, I think the Massey will stick to things like logging. It really only runs the stump cut on the when I do logging. So yeah, I think it'll do small little odd jobs, maybe moving some equipment around the farm. And yeah. Not too much that we need that for. I also decided that we are going to buy, like I said at the end of the previous episode, we are going to buy a new seeder. But the new seeder that I'm looking at is not cheap. It's a Great Plains seeder. It is quite a bit bigger than the one we've got. It does do fertilizer as well, which is something that I always look for. Plug that in. But it is $70,000. So it's definitely not cheap. It only requires like 160 horsepower to run. So the Ford can actually run it, but I think we will do this season with the John Deere still. Just because, well, the John Deere's got 215 horsepower, and I think the Ford only has 160. So that's right at the limit of the Ford. And also the Ford doesn't have the most traction right now with the narrow tires. I mean, we can put the other ones back, but I just think while we've got this John Deere, we might as well use it. And I say while we've got it, because I've decided when we get a new tractor, we're going to sell it. This is the one tractor that unfortunately is not going to remain on the farm. And purely because, well, the whole advanced vehicle thing doesn't work with it for some reason. And that kind of annoys me. And also, the new tractor is going to take over the role of this tractor. So, we don't really need this tractor when we've got a new one. I have priced the new one in the spec that I want to buy it. We're going to be looking at about $180,000 second hand. So definitely not cheap. That's going to have to wait a while. But, okay, how do we want to do this? This field needs to be very square. At least from point to point. Let's do that. Let's switch over to plow. And rotate that 90 degrees. Alright, so that's going to run up here. So I want to get fairly close to this road, not too close. That'll work. Alright. Let's cut our first line here. So yeah, I don't really say, but obviously we're going to be creating another field today. So for now it's going to be arable crop in here. But eventually, maybe we should just start here, not go too close to the road. But eventually, this is going to become a potato field. So that's why I want it to be really square. Because potato harvesting equipment, and that especially at the start, is very tiny. And trying to do all of that without GPS and with a bunch of corners and turns and things takes a very, very long time, and it can become very, very frustrating, and it's not efficient at all. So yeah, I don't want to even get into that. So yeah, this is going to be a fairly square field, as probably most of our fields will be in the future anyway. Why I chose this piece of ground is because it's very flat. We don't have the most powerful equipment in the world, so I'm trying to stay away from hills. So yeah, that's pretty simple. Anyways, I don't know how far I want to come this way. I don't want to make it too big, but I want to make it big enough to make it a worthwhile arable field. Maybe let's try that. Right, I think it's going to be a fairly long field. Let's go back to the other end and see how much we can cut off that side. I want to, yeah, I don't know. Are those trees the other side of the road or this side of the road? No, they're on the other side of the road. Right. So we can actually come up quite a bit this way. Oh, wow. Right, maybe we should just go past that tree. Then we don't have to cut down any trees. Maybe if we shoot past sort of here, then we don't really have to move anything. I mean, we can always make it big in the future, but we don't have really big equipment. So I don't want to make it too big right now. Yeah, let's go on that line. Let's lock into that line in reverse. So we'll basically do the general setup of the field here. And then we'll jump into a time lapse as usual and complete the job, because that's probably going to take quite some time to do. There is rain forecast in somewhere in the future. I don't actually know what that is. Like a couple of hours? I don't know. I don't know what that forecast says, but you can see it's sunny with forecasted rain. So more rain coming at some stage, and it doesn't look great, to be honest. So something definitely is brewing. I don't think they're wrong. Yeah, let's sort of go there. But yeah, we'll get the sort of general layout of the field done. And yeah, then we'll time lapse it. And hopefully we don't go... hopefully we don't get caught out with rain, because that would kind of suck, because I want to try and complete this today so that we can start seeding in the next episode, which means we have to complete this field today and lime it, yeah, and then go buy a new seeder. That doesn't necessarily have to happen today, but yeah, I would like to get this done. Right. Now, what I'm going to have to do is go down there and figure out where that line is. There it is. and then turn the GPS thingamabob 90 degrees. Maybe we should try and get a bit closer to that tree over there. Although I'll probably have to cut that tree down, because I don't want to get into issues when turning around. Maybe we shouldn't go too close to it. Then I don't have to cut it down. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I'll probably have to cut it down anyways. Right. So let's get this nice and square. I think that's about square. Yep, that looks good. Beautiful. And now at least we know where to run up to. Kinda. Obviously down at the road, we're not going to do GPS line. We'll just follow the road. Yeah, this is going to be a turnaround point, so that tree will have to go. At least we're very close to the tree selling point, so we don't actually have to bring a trailer up here. We can just bring the Mercedes with the front loader and the stump grinder on the back. We don't even have to bring more than one tractor, which is good. Working efficiently. I have to say, I'm really going to miss the John Deere when it goes. But yeah, I just don't really see a need to keep it around the farm. I mean, we're not going to get much for it. We're going to get about $2,000 or $3,000 for it. So it's not worth a lot in monetary value, but I don't want to keep clutter on the farm. So yeah, is it worth more as a tractor than what it is in money? Yeah, big time. I mean, without a doubt, it's worth more as a tractor. But and what I mean by that is it's actually worth a lot more just to keep it than to sell it, because yeah, we're not going to get much in terms of monetary value. So let's turn that 90 degrees again. But yeah, like I say, it's not going to get used, and it's just going to become a piece of clutter on the farm, something else that we need to maintain, and something that we're paying maintenance on, and something that we need a shed for. So it just takes up space. So yeah, unfortunately it's going to go. It's a beautiful tractor. It sounds amazing and it looks great, and I really, really, really do like it. But unfortunately the new tractor will take the place of this one, and yeah, its time on the farm will come to an end. All of the other tractors I think I'm going to keep, because again, they're worth more as a tractor than what they are in money. So definitely going to keep them. And most of them will still have some sort of job on the farm. I think the Mercedes is going to take care of a lot of the livestock. That's sort of going to be its job, is pretty much livestock. The Massey is going to be, as I said earlier, all-rounder, moving equipment around the farm, maybe use it a little bit for some logging and things like that, small jobs. And the Ford is going to do a lot of field work, I think, so that is still going to be worth keeping, and it'll probably run some of the carts around as well. We don't have grain carts, but I mean the trailers that we put our grain into, so it'll probably run a lot of that around. Oh, there we go, there's rain. Alright, so that's gonna, well, I'm gonna try and work through it. It should be okay. If things get difficult, then we'll stop, but for now we're gonna keep going. But we're gonna jump into a time lapse and get all of this knocked out real quick, and I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. Alright, that is that field done. So created and limed, which means that it's ready for seeding. And that actually means that all of our fields are ready for seeding. So hopefully we're going to have a pretty solid harvest this season, because the last one was okay, I think, but fields were maybe a little bit on the small side. So we've got quite a bit of extra space that we can seed compared to the previous seeding. And yeah, I'm quite excited for it. So obviously the harvester, not sure how that's going to cope with all of it. We might have to buy another trailer to run the grain around, because yeah, the one we've got at the moment is a little bit tiny. I hope we've got enough storage space. That is another thing to take into account, is the storage. Otherwise we'll have to sell grain directly, and that might not be the most profitable thing to do. So yeah, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But anyways, that is that done. I'll close that up and leave this over here. I'll give it a quick clean. And then there's definitely the one tree that I pointed out that I want to get cut on, or cut down on that field. And there's one or two trees that I noticed on the other side that I want to take down maybe as well. But I'll have to go and check whether I really want to take them down or not. But I think I'll do that off camera. So in the next episode, we're going to jump straight into, well, firstly buying a new seeder, and then getting seeding over here on the farm, which should go a lot quicker with the bigger seeder. Hopefully a bit of a higher operating speed. And then also we don't have to run back and forth from the shop to get seed and fertilizer, because we've got everything right here on the farm now. So yeah, should be quite a bit more efficient this time around, and looking forward to it. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time.